Yo, what's good? Big Z here, and today I'm going to show you guys a couple tips that I use to overcome writer's block. First of all, I don't even really think that writer's block is a real thing because it's really just an excuse for being lazy. All you really need to do is force yourself to make something and force yourself to work on something. What you're really saying is that you're feeling uninspired and you're not inspired to write something cool. And if nothing good is coming out, that doesn't matter. You just need to keep working through it. But anyway, here are 5 tips to overcome that feeling of writer's block. Number 1, force yourself to make chord progressions. Just sit down and tell yourself, alright, I can't stand up until I make 10 different chord progressions. Maybe 9 of them will sound terrible, but on the 10th one, you'll get something cool sounding. So it's just a matter of forcing yourself to sit down and write chords, and a lot of them are going to sound bad, but maybe you'll get one idea that you can build off of and build a song around. Also for this, it's good to give yourself some sort of time limit, like give yourself 20 minutes to come up with 10 chord progressions or 20 minutes to come up with 20 chord progressions. Then it just forces you to sit down, make something, then you can choose which one you like best and then build around it. Tip number 2 is start with drums. So instead of trying to write a cool melody or chord progression, why not just use samples you already have in your drum library and make a cool drum beat? So just drag weird sounds or random sounds that you wouldn't normally use and make a drum beat out of it. And maybe after you have a complete drum beat down and something's starting to sound cool, then you could actually build a song around that drum beat instead of chords. So just start dragging samples in and messing around and having fun with it, and then maybe you'll feel inspired again. Tip number 3 is to make a weird sound. Even if you know nothing about sound design, just open up a synth you have and start messing around until you get a cool sound. Then maybe if you like that sound enough, you could start building a melody on it or building something around it. So just go into your synth and initialize the preset, and then just start messing around, tweaking any knobs and all knobs that you want to, and just have fun with it. Then eventually you'll have a sound that you like, and maybe you can start messing around with like a lead melody with that sound or something. Number 4, copy the chords or remake the chords from your favorite song. Sit down, listen to your favorite song, and see if you can pick out what notes they're using, what chords they're playing. And once you've copied the chords exactly, maybe you can start messing with the voicings and putting the chords in a different order and everything. And that way you'll have a starting point for a new chord progression around chords that you already like. It's not necessarily copyright infringement because you're going to change stuff later and arrange it differently. So it's a good idea to just use chords from a song you like if you're really stuck. Number 5, use loops from sample packs. One of Marshmallow's biggest hits to date, Friends, uses a guitar loop off of the Splice website. So you're more than welcome to just use a loop and then build a song around that if you really can't figure out anything to write. So you can just go to the Splice website and find any types of loops and just scroll through them. So there's literally millions of loops out there. You can download them and chop them up and move them around and do whatever you want with them. So if you're really stuck, it's not a bad starting place to go through some loops. Maybe there's some chord progressions you like within the loop that you can copy. You can use anything to get your ideas flowing. So if you want to get better at music production, there's really no excuse to just not do anything because you have writer's block, because there's really a million things you can be doing at any one time, just messing around with chords or drums or loops or anything really. So next time you're feeling uninspired, just force yourself to work on something and you'll get over that writer's block soon enough. That's it for this one. Follow me on Instagram and Spotify below. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.